Hello, everybody. So, originally, I created this channel as just kind of like a little repo zone, and then it has recently just turned into this outlet for me to kind of find a bit of lighthearted humor in Elden Ring and some of the nonsense I see online. A little combination between just some of the hate that the community gets from outsiders who don't really understand this community and just how rich the Dark Souls games and Souls likes can be. Um, but ultimately, I just want to talk a little bit about some of the hate. And mind you, while this is mainly a comedic centered channel, I do from time to time like to do videos like this where I just kind of just do like free for all thoughts on things. Ultimately, though, I will let everyone know that I do have autism as well as ADHD, so my thoughts can veer off at times. Now, let's get into it. Recently, I've just seen like sort of this disdain for Elden Ring, and I really don't understand it. I mean, there's a lot of harping on the graphics, which I get. Dark Souls has never really been graphic focused. I feel like adding a lot of maybe that polished look would mess with the gritty, more dark art style that these Souls games tend to veer into. But a lot of the hate for the graphics, I feel like there's a part of it that's just coming from people who died at the Mist Noble at a tutorial boss of a very minute kind, or just those in general that couldn't give a Souls game the chance. For me, getting into these Souls games to me it was nothing like my first Souls game was Dark Souls 1. And it was like nothing I ever experienced. When you play a Dark Souls, Bloodborne, a Sekiro, you are not playing your average game. You are going into an elevated experience. I know a lot of like news medias and etc. They like to put a very much focus on the fact that, hey, these games are so challenging. They're so difficult. Oh my goodness, who can do a no hits run? And yada yada. And yes, that's a part of it. But the triumph, the rich story, the way it unfolds, the mystery, the interesting designs, the world expansions, the everything about these games, the influence, the dialogue, the way they unfold, and just the richness, the amount of detail that goes into them is why Souls fans are so passionate. When they go into this experience with all the Berserk references, and mind you, Berserk being literally the most legendary anime, when they go into these, and they experience just so much about that, we as Souls fans want to bring people in. I fucking tried to get my mom to play this game just to see what I see at one point. It's an elevated experience. I improved my writing and my art and just my perspective on ideas and designs just by playing these games. I have friends who never cared about writing, anything like that, and they started doing whole ass stories once they got through Dark Souls 3 being their first game. For me, we as Souls fans, we see that, we get that experience, and we get a bit frustrated when people outside reduce it to just being a hard game or failing in top quality graphics or failing to impress people because they failed to really give this game a chance. When you go into Dark Souls, I feel like a lot of people, they go into this expecting to, I don't know, Fortnite or Roblox, I don't know, but they go into it and I get it. Dark Souls, Elden Ring, etc. These are not games for everyone. They take a certain type of gamer, but I don't care who you are. You should be able to come into this and just see the amount of artistry and commitment that has gone into these games. And I feel like that's why a lot of Souls fans get frustrated. Well, not even just frustrated, kind of like just irritated at, like, oh, who are these little squeamish folks that have, whose most advanced game was probably, I don't know, something that you could probably shut your mind off to. I don't care. You could be a Dark Souls veteran. You sometimes still find yourself falling behind in a game like this. But I feel like ultimately just playing Dark Souls has just elevated a lot of people in many regards. And when we see people outside the community who kind of just shit on that experience, who just come into this and they're just they come off as just they want this easy experience. That's another thing I constantly hear being thrown around is the easy experience. That it's the I mean, I could go into it all day, but ultimately I just feel like people who are in the Souls community are very much valid, and it's not a thing about gatekeeping. It's not a thing about them being overly over like dick riders or anything about these games. It's the fact that they know how much goes into it. They know that this is not just an average game, and that to people that can be very frustrating when we see people come in this community and they want to go off of the fact that, oh, you know, too hard, let me give up. I mean, you know, we go into this game and we're enamored by things within the world. We're enamored by what's to come next, by what comes if we talk to this person. What happens if I unfold this storyline? Oh, well, their partner just died. Do I continue progressing this story? You know, like, what do I truly get at the end of this? And the euphoria you get out of just fighting Artorias for the first time and just constantly going back for that ass beating until you finally get it, and it's the greatest feeling. It's the same thing with Smough and Ornstein, or fights like the Nameless King or Ishin. It's just it's just an experience that like it takes that kind of wanting, that perseverance, that wanting to find more. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm all over the place in this video, but hey, that's just kind of how my mind works when I tend to do these longer set videos. But ultimately, I feel like these people that are complaining about the graphics and they're complaining about all these little things really are just, they got a point, but they don't know Dark Souls like we know it. They don't know what we've gotten out of this, and we didn't just get a fun game. We got so much more. This game changed a lot. These games change us. They make us ask questions. They make us explore, reason. They hit us in ways that like stick with us for life. And you could say we're sucking Miyazaki's dick. Hey, I'd fucking deep throat Miyazaki. Who cares? Miyazaki's amazing. But on another note, yeah, call us dick riders, call us what you want, but ultimately you're missing out on an elevated experience, and a lot of us just want to bring folks in. We want them to have that experience. We want them to give these games a chance like we did. And you're not playing Roblox, you're not playing Fortnite, you're playing an experience that's forever going to stick with you. So with that being said, peace.